Alan and the Friendship Train. On the edge of a small town, where every house had a red roof, lived a 10-year-old boy named Alan. Alan was an exceptionally bright and curious child, but he often felt misunderstood by his peers. He had autism and ADHD, which sometimes made it difficult for him to control his emotions, especially at school. Other children would sometimes provoke him, and he didn't always know how to respond appropriately. One sunny morning, Alan woke up with an unusual feeling. He knew that something special was going to happen today. When he stepped outside into the yard, he noticed an old but beautiful train at the end of the street. Its sides were adorned with colorful paintings, and puffs of steam rose from its chimney. The sign at the front of the train read, "Friendship Train." Alan felt compelled to board the train. With a pounding heart, he approached the doors and stepped inside. It was warm and cozy inside. Soft cushions adorned the seats, and paintings depicting various emotions hung on the walls. Alan sat by the window, and the train began to move. The first station where the train stopped was called Sadness Station. Alan got off and saw that everything around was covered in grey smoke. People walked with their heads down, and their faces bore expressions of sadness. He approached an elderly lady sitting on a bench and asked, "Why is everyone here so sad?" The elderly lady replied, "This is a place where people learn to recognize sadness. When we're sad, it's important to allow ourselves to feel it, but also to know how to cope with it." Alan understood that sadness is a natural part of life, and that it's important to recognize and accept it. He returned to the train feeling wiser. The next station was Anger Station. Alan got off and saw that people here were very upset. They shouted at each other and waved their arms. Alan approached a boy his age who seemed very angry. "Why are you so mad?" he asked. The boy replied, "Everyone here provokes me. I feel like I'm about to explode." Alan remembered how he felt at school when others teased him. He knew that anger could be difficult to control. However, he recalled the words of the elderly lady from Sadness Station and decided to try to make a change. "Maybe we should try taking a deep breath together," Alan suggested. The boy agreed, and they both began to breathe deeply. After a moment, the boy felt calmer. "It works!" he exclaimed. "Thank you, Alan." Alan returned to the train, knowing he could now better manage his anger. The next station was completely different. It was called Joy Station. Everywhere was colorful, and people laughed and played. Alan felt his heart fill with joy. He approached a group of children playing ball. "Can I join?" he asked. "Thanks," one of the boys replied. "Of course, join us." Alan had a great time, and when it was time to return to the train, he felt happy and full of energy. The train stopped at another station called Courage Station. All around were large mountains and difficult obstacles to overcome. Alan saw a girl trying to climb a high rock but kept falling. "Can I help you?" he asked. The girl looked at him gratefully. "Yes, please. I'm afraid I won't make it." Alan and the girl began climbing together. Alan remembered how important it is not to give up and to try, even when something seems difficult. When they reached the top, both felt a great sense of satisfaction. "Thank you, Alan," the girl said. "I couldn't have done it without your help." Alan returned to the train feeling stronger and more courageous. The last station where the train stopped was Friendship Station. It was a place full of smiles, hugs, and shared fun. Alan realized that friendship is one of the most important aspects of life. He approached a group of children building a sand castle. "Can I join?" he asked. "Thanks," one of the girls replied. "Of course, the more the merrier." Alan joined the fun and felt he had found true friends. He knew he could now better handle his emotions, and that he could always count on the support of others. When the train returned to the town, Alan felt completely different. He knew he had learned a lot about his emotions and how to deal with them. He also knew he had the strength to face any challenge. He stepped off the train with a smile on his face and returned home, ready for new adventures and challenges. Now he knew that no matter what happens, he could always rely on the friendship train, which taught him how to be strong, courageous, and full of joy.